Damon Khan here for Seconds Out with the one and only Claressa GWOAT Shields out 2nd of February against Danielle Perkins. Clarissa, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm all the better for speaking to you. The achievements keep piling up anyway. The accolades keep piling up too. You're
Yes.
ever so close to the 100K mark on YouTube. Even bigger
I
news.
I
What?
am at 100K.
There you go. The biopic dropped as well too. The stop keeps on rising for you. What's next on the list?
Honestly, I just want to keep building my brand. I want to continue to fight for equality in women's boxing, take on the big fights, win more world titles. Um, and just honestly just keep winning and fighting and just building my brand outside the ring, making sure that all my fans can always keep up with me, know what I'm doing. I've been doing a bunch of vlogging and live and up on YouTube. It's been fun. A lot of the fans are getting to know me, and that's pretty much it right now.
Yeah, your movie, The Fire Inside, releases has released over in America already. In the UK, it's coming the 7th of February.
Yes.
Was there a moment that you felt had to be covered in the biopic over any other?
No, I think it's all equally important. I just didn't want to leave out the hard stuff. I like how me and my sisters and my siblings used to have to go without food. I didn't want to leave that out. I didn't want to leave out how I won a gold medal and I trained so hard for it, but after I didn't receive anything. Uh, um, I didn't want to leave out just how much I love boxing and how much boxing was a big part of my childhood. Like people get to go to Disney World and Disneyland and stuff like that when they're kids, and I was at the gym and I was traveling to boxing tournaments my entire childhood, and I wanted to put that in there and show that if it wasn't for my boxing coach and if it wasn't for boxing, then I really wouldn't be who I am today.
Is it difficult to sometimes share the vulnerable side in a tough and demanding sport where you've got to be tough? It demands you can't show any
Yeah.
weakness. You and I have spoken before in an interview. I asked you what Floyd Mayweather shared to you, and you teared up in that interview. Is it hard sometimes to show that side of you? Do you feel like people haven't seen enough of that from you?
I'm not a very emotional person. I think that when you get the emotion out of me, I think it just comes like genuine.
Mm.
And, if you can ask me something, you never know what I may be going through. And I answer a question, and then before you know it, I'm tearing up and crying. I think that as I've gotten older, I have gotten softer and nicer. And I'm okay with showing my vulnerable side sometimes. But at the end of the day, I'm still a fighter. I'm still very, very strong. And I pride myself on being strong and carrying everything, and I'm just grateful when people reach out and help and things like that. But um, the people who really know me in my real life know that I'm a sweetheart, know that I just love boxing, know that I'm a very nice and sweet person, and I literally take care of everybody around me. So you only know that if you really get to experience me. If you just judge me off of a few social media posts, then you'll always think that I'm arrogant and I'm a mean person and I'm a bully. Like that's kind of shallow, but people think that. But if you really look deep into my Instagram and deep and follow me on YouTube or whatever, you will see that I'm normal just like everybody else, and I'm very down to earth and I love people. I just happen to be a woman boxer.
You said that as you've got older, you're becoming a little bit softer. How do you kind of push away that feeling when your job is to punch people in the face?
Um, I just try to keep it fun, to be honest. And at the end of the day, a beast is going to beast. So I'm going to be a beast inside the ring, no matter how nice I get as I get older. It's just something that's in me. I'm a competitor, and I've learned that being a competitor doesn't mean that I have to be mean. I can still be nice and be a competitor. But some of these girls come talking trash to me, and I give them back exactly what they gave me. If a girl come with a nice attitude and she be nice to me, I'll be nice to her. But at the end of the day, it's a mental warfare when it like come to boxing. So sometimes you may need to get in your opponent head a little bit and talk a little trash, even if they're not. But that's all it is.
2nd of February, as I mentioned, they're unifying the heavyweight division against Daniela Perkins. Was it a bit of her surprise, a surprise to you maybe? Her trying to grab the belts from you, that mental warfare maybe?
Yeah. It was definitely, definitely a different type of mental warfare because I'm pretty intimidating, and I think she wanted to show me that she's the bigger and she's the stronger girl. So it went from one day she's fixing my chain because my chain is crooked, and then the next day she's grabbing both of the belts. So um I don't know. I think she just wanted to show me like, yeah, I think it was kind of like a trickery thing. Like, yeah, you thought I was gonna be nice to you, but I'm gonna be mean to you and take your belts and kind of impose my will and my size on you. I think she wanted to show me that she's stronger and that she's taller, and I think she wanted to see if I was, if I was gonna punk out. And as you as you seen, it was a fight for the belts.
On the outside looking in at your career, Clarissa, and the fights that you've had, you've been, far and above your rivals. And I guess from my point of view, Savannah Marshall probably stands as the toughest opponent, and you conclusively beat her. Is it a sense of you looking for another rival, looking for another big match like that?
Of course, of course. I don't think Savannah Marshall was my toughest hit. I think um Franchon Cruz was.
Okay.
But I think all the girls who I fought against has been rivals. Like I fought against Christina Hammer. She was undefeated for 9 years. They had her on the pound for pound list and said that she was one of the best fighters coming up. I fought against Hannah Gabriels, who was a 3-time division world champion when we fought. And she had 18 fights and one loss with 10 knockouts. I had 6 fights. She dropped me in the first round, and I had to beat her every round after that to win unanimously. Then we have, um, yeah, I fought against Savannah Marshall. I fought against Ivana Habazin. I fought against Marie-Eve DeCare, who was ranked number one at 154 pounds for the Undisputed Championship. Um, I think all of my fights have been against top contenders, and I fought against a lot of undefeated records. Unlike some of these other girls, I fought against fighters who are undefeated. So I mean, I've been fighting the best, and now I'm fighting the best at heavyweight, and I'm willing to go back down to 54 and fight the best again if they will accept the fight. These girls at 154, these girls at 147 are not willing to come to 154 and fight against me. Like they'll fight against each other, but when it comes to me, these girls are saying no.
I was at the recent Boxer press conference, which is an all-female card headlined by Jonas versus Price, and I did see Savannah
I seen
Marshall
that.
there. And I
Hmm.
said to Savannah, "I'm going to be speaking to Clarissa very soon. Is there anything you want me to ask her?" And she goes, "Would you ask Clarissa if she's interested in a rematch at heavyweight with Savannah?"
No. Okay. I've already answered that and told them yes. Just come to America. That's it. I've already went over there to the UK and I beat her unanimously. She needs to do the same thing. She needs to come over here. She wants a chance at she wants a shot up at my belts. Come over here to the USA and fight against me like I did her. And it'll be a bigger fight here in America than it will be in the UK.
The other thing she mentioned was she asked, "Who wears heavyweight the better out of you two?"
Who wears it better?
Hmm.
I mean, Savannah knows that my body looks better than hers. Rather we at middleweight, super middleweight, heavyweight. I just look better, period. So tell her I said that.
I'm sure she'll get the message. What do you think of that all-female card? You headlined the first one. They've gone for it again. What do you think about it?
I think it's great, man. I love the shine that Caroline Du Bois is getting. I'm loving seeing how hungry she is to get these fights with Terry Harper and all these other girls. I watched her last fight. I hate it ended how it ended, but um, hey, she was gonna get the knockout anyway. I mean, she's just so strong and just so fast and so young and so hungry. Um, Happy to see the fight with Lauren Price versus Natasha Jonas. I think Natasha is kind of going out the door, like she's like having her last boxing match or two and wants to retire. From what I've seen of Lauren Price, I feel like she's kind of young in the game a little bit, but they're fast tracking her because she has an Olympic gold medal. But I look forward to seeing how they go against each other. But I think that Natasha has too much experience for Lauren, even though I think Lauren may be a little bit bigger in size and younger. So I look forward to watching that fight.
How high do you feel Caroline Dubois' ceiling is?
You know, Caroline Du Bois will be ranked pound for pound number one woman fighter when I'm probably while I'm still here. I give it 4 or 5 more years, she'll be highly ranked in a top three when it comes to pound for pound. I feel like Caroline Du Bois, how high she can go. I think she can be champion at multiple weight classes. It's all about keeping her head on straight, continuing to get better, not underestimating anybody, and just learning. Just she got to keep learning. But I think she has the full potential to just go and kind of take over the world of boxing, like in the same way that I did.
Did you see her recent back and forth with Alicia Baumgartner on Twitter?
I missed that one. I missed that.
Do you think those two will meet in the ring?
Um, I think it's a big fight for both girls. I mean, Alicia Baumgartner has a huge following and a lot of boxing fans, and Caroline Du Bois has the backing of the UK. They both call themselves the Bombs. I mean, I would love to see it. I think Alicia has more experience, but like I said, Caroline is hungry. Um, she's getting better and better each fight. She's strong. I mean, I would love to see that fight between those girls.
I mentioned watching your YouTube channel, and you'd covered this to some degree, but the back and forth between yourself and Laila Ali, I just wanted to ask you off the back of that, is the door open for you and Laila to reconcile differences? Is that something you want to do?
As far well, I think sometime with the internet and they post certain clips and you see certain clips, it's like I don't really follow much of Laila Ali and I don't really speak a lot about her anymore because it was more of trying to get a fight with her and raise the bar for women's boxing. But um as far as in this like a reconcile, I don't really care to be friends with her. I don't me me being a woman, I feel like we shouldn't have to be beefed out. But at the end of the day, if she choose not to like me or choose to have something against me or choose to, oh, I don't want to forgive this or forgive that, blah blah blah, that's fine with me. At the end of the day, she had a great career. I have a great career. She was great in her era. I'm great in my era. And we are not ever going to fight. And if the opportunity does come where we can get a fight between me and her, I will 100% say yes to the fight. As long as she agree, then we can just fight. But um, I'm always going to know and feel that I'm the better fighter between us two, and that's not ever going to change.
What about the prospect of you and Jake Paul getting into the ring?
They're not ever going to have a mixed gender boxing match.
Hmm.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen. But like I said, I'm willing to get inside the ring and spar with Jake Paul and teach him a couple things if he's willing to learn. But other than that, I don't really care for that either. I'm happy what he's doing with women's boxing and what he's done with Amanda Serrano. It's all great. It's actually great for all of us, and it's raised the bar for women's boxing. So I'm happy he done that, and I'm happy for Amanda Serrano.
You had a pretty viral moment reacting to Anthony Joshua's shock for many KO defeat to Daniel Dubois. You can tell by my voice I'm from the UK, and a lot of UK fans were shocked at that and are talking about Joshua's rebuild back to the top. He wants Fury, he wants a shot at the belts. Do you think he can get there?
Mm. I think Anthony Joshua can do whatever he puts his mind to. We just have to find the right trainers, have the right people around him, and just continue to grow in his game. But he's a great heavyweight, and I got a lot of love for him, and I just wish him the best.
You know, as you mentioned that the Savannah Marshall rematch would have to happen over in the US, does that mean that we might not ever see Claressa Shields back in the UK?
No, no, no. I'm willing to come over to the UK and fight some of the girls still, but I feel like they're trying to ice out the American fighters and want all of us to always have to come over there. Now I will come over there as long as their girls are willing to come over to America and fight, so we can make the sport of women's boxing be big as a whole, not just big in the UK.
Hmm.
Like it's big over here in America too. So it's like I'm the one with all the belts. I'm the one with the millions of followers. I'm the one who's the bigger star. And I got the belts and the accolades. Why do I always have to come to them? So it's like I want some of them to come to America and fight, but I'm not against fighting anywhere. Saudi Arabia, if they want to fight in Africa, they want to fight in Canada, wherever. I'm willing to fight wherever. I just want it to be fair when it's the other way around.
Has any conversation happened regarding you fighting over in Saudi?
Well, I was the first women's MMA match to happen over there fighting for the PFL. As far as in a boxing match, Turkey Al Sheikh has responded to me twice on Twitter,
Mm.
but I'm actually planning to go over there in the next few weeks and actually have a meeting with him. So I'll be able to talk with him more when I see him over there and see what see what his plans is with women's boxing and how I can be a part of that.
And what is the latest with your return to the smart cage in the PFL?
I don't know right now, but I know I'm fighting February 2nd in Flint, Michigan against Danielle Perkins for the undisputed heavyweight championship. And I look forward to that fight. And I want all my fans from all over the world to get their tickets for up on www.etix.com.
I just got a couple of final questions and I'll let you go, Claressa. Just talking about the heavyweight division, we saw that Alexander Usyk won the rematch against Tyson Fury, and Fury has since retired. Do you think that Fury does stay retired?
No, I don't think Fury stays retired. I think he's one of those things that, fighters go through, but I think he'll come back and give it another try.
And the final word, I'll leave it to you against Danielle Perkins on the 2nd of February. What happens in your unified heavyweight title clash?
On February 2nd, I um I look forward to having a war with Danielle Perkins because she's so big and she's so tall, so strong. But I do see myself coming out on top unanimously.
Claressa, looking forward to it. Can't wait for the fight. Thank you for speaking to Seconds Out. All the best.
Yep.